Dozens of hospitals across Texas are taking on big pharmaceutical companies and national pharmacies for the opioid epidemic. The lawsuit accuses several big-name companies of flooding the market with powerful painkillers and making false claims about the risk of addiction. Fox 4's Lynn Ann Wynn joins us live from Parkland Hospital, which is one of the plaintiffs in this lawsuit. Lynn Ann.
Clarice, this lawsuit is just the latest filed in a string of similar lawsuits that have been filed across the country. Attorneys representing several Texas hospitals say they are seeking millions of dollars to pay for the treatment for the growing number of patients addicted to these drugs.
The message that it sends is crystal clear. They need to pay to clean up the mess that they created.
Barely a week after the landmark judgment against Johnson & Johnson in Oklahoma, hospitals across Texas are now aiming to hold pharmaceutical companies and national pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens accountable for the opioid epidemic.
It's a nationwide medical crisis, and the hospitals are at the epicenter of it. Every single hospital in the country, all the hospitals in Texas are dealing with it every single day.
The lawsuit says from 1999 to 2015, the number of opioid-related deaths tripled in Texas. And during that period alone, more than 14,171 opioid-related deaths were reported in the state. Hospital groups, including Parkland, are putting the blame on big companies like Johnson & Johnson, alleging the companies made false statements and misrepresented the addiction and risks of these drugs.
Pharmaceutical companies are beholden to the almighty dollar, and they saw big dollars in this, and they push these drugs.
Hospitals and government officials now want Big Pharma to pay for the treatment required to help addicted patients, and they're seeking millions in reimbursement.
All of these people need treatment. You have millions of Americans who are now addicted to opioids, and we have got to do something to help them. This is a problem that's going to be going on for decades. And there's not anything anybody can do about that at this point. It is going to happen.
And this lawsuit was just filed yesterday. Defendants have 30 days to respond once they are served with the suit. A lead attorney on the case tells us on average it usually takes about 15 months for a case to go to trial in Dallas District Court. Clarice.
Lynn Ann Wynn live at Parkland Hospital. Thank you. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton also filed a civil Medicaid fraud lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson. The state says the company misrepresented its fentanyl opioid drug. The suit claims Johnson & Johnson told its sales reps to give false and misleading messages to Texas doctors, including those who accept Medicaid. Because of that, the company received taxpayer money through Medicaid reimbursements, all while fueling the nation's opioid epidemic.